in here. Let's see. So did that. So the first thing I wanted to show you or kind of run down with you is that there's all sorts of different types of products that you can create templates for products for here. And what I usually do, I have a product in mind, maybe it's a 2-pager, you know, maybe it's the photo contest. So you can search either a template type or you can search like photo contest here, and then you'll see a bunch of templates come up that fit those search terms. And then you can click on one and get started. So I just want to make sure. So the different types that I see us using this thing for: flyers, 1 or 2 pagers, email banners, social media posts, print products, digital invites, infographics. There's even a videos function, which I just discovered. So that could be interesting to explore. And then you can make t-shirts as well. So maybe one-off, like special friends events, t-shirts or something, I don't know, things like that. So then once you get into a template, and most of these templates as a pro subscriber, I'm pretty sure we can get them all for free. That you may run into some instances where someone's charging for something, but I haven't run into that as a pro subscriber yet. So if I click into a template, it'll give you all sorts of guiding things. Say it with a sticker. Okay, thanks for the suggestion. You can switch out these elements really easily. So you can upload, I've uploaded a bunch of photos here already. So it's a pretty easy sort of like drag and drop situation. And then, you know, a really easy sort of like click on, and then you can crop and drag it around. And it stays really easily within this template. Lots of dragging and dropping, which is very handy. So that's with photos. You upload your own, they stay here, and you can kind of use them with the different templates. And then there's elements, which, you know, you can add, you can search up here flowers, you can add some sort of graphic here, resize it. You can also recolor it. So if you click on that color area, I'll show you in a minute, but I've uploaded Point Blue's brand template for font and colors. So it will recolor whatever little element into whatever brand color, which is super handy.
But do they have birds?
Oh yeah, they got so many birds.
Phew.
Birds. And then you have, you know, animated stuff. I usually go for the graphic deal. A lot of them are cheesy, but you know, you got to kind of search through.
Yeah.
But you can do that and then change it to your orange birdies or whatever.
Cool.
And then if you go into text now, I've sort of uploaded our brand font in these areas. So this, if you want to add a heading, actually, with this existing template, you can go to styles the way it is now, and then you can just click on this and it changes it to all of our fonts, which is like, bam, neato. And then you can also click on this template, or the color template, and it will give you different options of brand colors for all the elements in the template, which is so fun and cool, right?
Yeah. Why isn't Photoshop this easy? This is awesome.
Yeah.
So Lishka, this brand guideline thing, that's kind of uploaded as like the master template. So all of us as users will have that.
Correct.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
And then I've also uploaded our logos here. It's not every single one, but the ones that I feel like we use the most. So you can kind of drag, oops, wow, look at that. Drag and drop in different ways. Drag and drop and resize really easily.
Lishka,
So,
is there like a send to back feature? Because I'm like seeing some of the things you're dragging overlap on other things. And I know that's a thing that's useful in like PowerPoint or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a little back button up here and it looks like you can also do Control Z.
Sorry. I mean, like, in terms of 3-dimensional layers, like, let's say you wanted the flowers that are over right now, the Adora Montmini
Mhm.
stuff, if you wanted those to be in the background instead of covering up the letters,
Yeah. You can
bend backwards. Okay, cool.
yeah, there's that function too. Send to,
I have another question.
Lishka, did you just right click it to do that?
yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
It says food making contest. That's not how people speak. We have a word for that. It's called cooking. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I'm so glad you came to this meeting, Zach.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
appreciate
Sharp as a
it.
tack.
Yeah.
There may
so
have
those-
been no cooking involved. Maybe it's like one of those no bake
Yeah.
cookie
Right.
contests.
Right.
Yeah. Could involve
Farming.
farming. Who knows?
No big cookies. That's just like eating raw cookie dough, right?
It's like the healthy ones where they're made of dates and stuff and you just don't have to cook them.
Ooh, those balls, yeah. So there's also a QR code function. You can enter your URL, whatever. Let's just do point blues, go back. So these are handy depending on where you're going to post this. If it's a, physically displayed poster, I've been using QR codes more often. You can QR code to wherever you want people to learn more information.
Wait, Lishka, sorry, I missed the step. Did it create that or did you have ones that you created that you uploaded?
The QR code?
Okay, got it. So you put in the address and then click generate and it makes it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So the other cool thing that you can do as a pro member, once you've got your product together here, you can go to resize, and they give you some kind of set sizes for things that are out there. Let's see if I wanted to do like an invitation 14 by 14, I could click that and then it'll make a copy and resize it to that automatically. And I've done this a couple of times and you will have to sort of like move things around slightly, but it does a pretty good job of putting the elements in that new size. So that could be handy if you have like an email banner that connects with an invitation, you can sort of like fool around in that way potentially. Or yeah, 2-pager to social post or announcement to social post or something like that. So
Lishka, can you follow through the workflow and see about like where finished files live within Canva, and then how do you save them as JPEGs or print or whatever?
yes, thank you. I did not put that on my list. So as you may have seen, this product that I chose, the template opened up in a new tab. So when you go back, so this is the resized version, this is the initial version that we were working on. And then we go back to kind of the initial tab. If we go home, all of the designs that our team makes are saved in all your designs on the left here in that menu. So it shows you your recent designs here. So you can go all your designs and you can see what's been made by the team. You can access them here.
And I'm guessing it's pretty easy to open one of those up and sort of make a copy of it and start editing.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. And so I guess that's sort of like being conscious of other people's product stuff that we all probably know. But of course, like if we like something, don't just start editing it, but make a copy and then start editing.
Right.
Lishka, when you open something that's saved, it doesn't prompt you in any way. Everyone will have to have awareness of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So with the final product that you create, you go up to this right-hand corner of the screen. You can also, renaming it is a good idea up here. That it'll just give you the template name. Test for comms. maybe demo. Let's call it demo. So yeah, before I get to downloading, I also want to point out this share option. So it makes it really easy to collaborate with folks. So you can just put an email in here for people to review and edit. And again, it's a direct edit. So you might want to make a copy first and then send as a share to teammates for editing. And I believe you can add people here who aren't on our pro account. Like I did some editing on the Schollenberger sign with Drew, and it was just sending him the email and he was able to edit. So I'm not exactly sure how that all works. We'll have to experiment with, like, if we come up against something where it's like, oh, you must log in. It might make people log into a free Canva account to edit, but we'll have to sort of explore that. And then, so when you want to, save this product, you go to this little download arrow button, and it gives you options, different options of how to download that. So PNG, JPEG, PDF, PDF print, a video, if you have animation sort of elements, GIF. So I don't know what SVG is. I've never used that sort of thing. Maybe Zach, you know what that is, or one of you knows what that is, but it'll give you the suggested version. If you are doing a PDF for print, I guess, it has this crop and bleed marks.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, I haven't sent a PDF to an actual printer with the crop and bleed marks. I recently sent this one without that. So I didn't directly work with that printer. So with each printer, you have to kind of see if they would want that or not. But you do download, and then it takes a couple seconds, and then they advertise something to you while you're waiting. And then it's saved in your downloads folder, probably that's where things get saved for me. So then I can open that up, and I've got my PDF, and then I can save that wherever I want, share it wherever I want. Can you see that PDF? All right. Well, anyways, you can trust me. I think I'm sharing a specific part of my screen.
Yeah, no,
so.
I trust you.
Okay, so I think I have sort of run through the workflowy-ish type of thing. I've given you a very brief explanation that there are many different kinds of templates that you can explore. There's elements, which can be helpful for, little infographic-y things within your product you're creating. You can just upload your photos from your computer to that photo library and use those, drag and drop. Where the branding area is now when you're in there, about shared editing, printing. So you can print directly from Canva as well. And I've explored, like, for different products, it's not really that expensive, but I don't really know, like, the eco impact of who's doing it and all that kind of stuff. It's probably not local. So maybe something handy to use to try out to see what it's like, but I kind of feel like I'd want to do a little bit more research to see what sort of, like, who we're supporting by printing through Canva. I can't tell you that right now yet. And then, yeah, changing size. And then lastly, there is this learn section in the menu. So there is this getting started with Canva little video. It's probably really well produced. Everything on this site seems pretty well produced. And then there's all sorts of kind of designing tips and different things that you can explore here. I haven't explored much of it. So yeah, that is your Canva quick and dirty rundown. Any questions while I'm still in here?
I have two questions, Lishka. I'm wondering the place where you had the downloaded pictures, two things about that. So will those same pictures will be available to anybody that's on the account? Like, it's not just you that can see them. Jamie could see them if she was logged in.
I don't know the answer to that question. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to see if that's true or not.
And then I was also wondering if there's like a max storage size, like if at some point we would hit not being able to add more without deleting them. Good
question. I don't know the answer to that either. Yeah. I'm sure that's somewhere in there help section or something. Yeah,
Okay.
or maybe the account settings. Yeah.
The other thing I was curious about was just the usable products. Is that just so that you can like see your image and design on a t-shirt, or how I just like can't conceptualize how that would work different than going through the direct vendor.
You're asking like how would Point Blue use
You said there's a section where you can, for usable products, where you can like design t-shirts and mugs and stuff. And I was curious about that because we do that in development sometimes. So I wasn't sure if that was just like helping you visualize what the design would look like on that type of product, or if it's trying to like directly get you to use that vendor.
I mean, they do give you the option. I haven't gone through the whole process of like, can you download something that you would then send to a vendor that you already work with? I imagine that you probably could. So if I just did this and I went to logos and then I did that, print mugs, and then, I mean, they suggest download PDF for print. I don't know what mug printers ask for, but I think you can use it in both ways, both, downloading a file that you could send to someone, or you could print through Canva. But I haven't gone through the whole process with these sorts of products.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I mean, it seems to me like that maybe it is too, like, one, it would be useful that you get to visualize, but also probably it's more for creating something that's a composite new design image. And then in which case the printers we've worked with have wanted high res and more the like graphic design type of files. I don't remember if that was an option there. They haven't wanted PDFs for the ones I've worked with.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. So it sounds like with these sort of physical products, if you're going to do that in Canva, the only reason you do it is to print or to create through Canva the whole process. Yeah. And then, yeah, like you're saying, visualizing to kind of experiment. Yeah. Yeah. Easier way to visualize, I guess, than in design. Good point. Yeah. I hadn't thought about that. I'm just going to see what this, I downloaded in it. When I opened the PDF, it's just like a square. So yeah. Great questions. Any others?
I have like an unformed question, which I'll beg your indulgence in. And I'm just curious about generating like really efficient workflows here, like maybe for social media. And I'm wondering, like, can we get to a point where like you can bang out a cool looking graphic in like 90 seconds or something like that? Like, as we think about social media and, our desire to just have lots of content going, I'm wondering if this can be the kind of thing that allows us to like just really quickly take a quick quote or something like that. Or, again, I'm not sure exactly what this looks like, but maybe this is, we build a little, let's just say a template for social media postings around journal articles, right? And so every time Point Blue scientists publish a journal article, you can just be like, cool, here's the journal article Canva social media post template. And this is where I drop in the title. This is where I drop in the thing, and boom, boom, boom. And I'm just curious if you've played with that, if that's come up yet, or if you see that being a potential for the future.
Yeah, I think if we wanted to kind of visually strategize around different components of what we're sharing on socials, we could definitely do that. Right now, the only thing I think we would for sure strategize around would be like, I don't know, a day like Earth Day. In the past, we've done these sort of templates for like Women's Day or International Women's Day or Earth Day or some sort of campaign like that. But if we wanted to sort of increase the content of like how journal articles go out and make it more consistent visually, yeah, that would be an interesting thing to think about. I have not done that as of now, but there's like, yeah. I guess it's like, I think about that whole like consistency look versus keeping it interesting. But I think there could be a way of like, here's a suite of recognizable posts that people will know it's a journal post when we post it. It could be useful. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel mixed. It's like on the one hand, there's the the consistency thing, but on the other hand, like, do people start to like tune out if something looks too similar? Is it like kind of like, oh yeah, I think I've seen this already, even if the content is slightly different. So, we can maybe pay attention to analytics, but I like the idea of something that just helps with a really quick workflow that allows us to be, taking what might be otherwise slightly dry content and making it visually appealing.
Yeah, I sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I don't know how long it takes to do that now, but to me, from what I've seen with this, it seems like you could live in the middle of both of those. So like you could have something pretty consistent, but with easily swap outable parts so that you could make it different each time, but not have it take, more than a couple minutes to do that. At least that's what I'm seeing you do, Lishka, that you could have like, this is the template, but here's the part that we change every time so that it looks fresh and new. And here's the part that's consistent, so I don't have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it could work really well with like, if we want to do infographics around things and like having a few different ways that Point Blue puts out infographics. I think that's a way that, I don't know, people might still get bored with like, or just like glaze over when they see like the same thing. It's a fine balance. I think I like this conversation and I will think about it more. Yeah. Okay, well, we are half an hour on the dot right now.